Ito ang Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang naiiba at kakaibang plataporma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, Chikahan at Kaalamang Pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, Chikahan at Kaalamang Pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techiemommy, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello. Happy Tuesday morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday evening, afternoon, or wherever everyone is. Hello, welcome to the show, and thank you so much. Today is a special day, as I said yesterday. Today I have some friends from my colleagues from the online industry world to be as panelists today here, okay? And of course, you can already see them. They're online and as virtual, as part of the virtual life and online jobs, because we are giving way to the numerous questions and emails that we got regarding online education, online jobs. And today we're going to be talking about how people are fending in this pandemic situation as far as online jobs are concerned. And featuring today, I have some of my online colleagues in the ESL learning business, online learning. We have Casey all the way from Mexico, right? There you go. And of course, Sugar from the Philippines. All right. Okay. I of course I have no video because I'm right here. But anyway, could you unmute yourselves? Can you say hello, everyone?
Hello.
Very good.
Hi.
Very good. All right. Okay. Because we have a lot of okay. Of course, this show is about everything that's online, life online. You know, we review gadgets, we review the latest technology, and we talk about all the things that are happening around the world, especially in this pandemic situation. So, okay. There's a question here, okay, that came in. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Those who are watching, I can't see your names. Welcome to the show. A lot of us, of course, as a lot of people have lost their jobs in this pandemic, there's actually also new jobs that have come about and new careers that have been established because of the pandemic situation. Of course, so all of us here have different orientation. I mean, Casey is a student, right? I want her to be the one to tell you about her working online experience. How did you end up working online, Casey?
Well, I was looking for a job. You know, I came to Mexico to study, and at first I was looking for local work, right? Me being an immigrant from the United States, that was a little bit difficult, and the local wages were not as good as I could be earning, you know, on an online platform. So my brother-in-law introduced me to this online teaching platform, Native Camp, and I'm very fortunate to have found the platform. It's provided me a very, very good income, especially for the area, and it's very, very flexible, so I can balance that with my student life very easily. Yes.
Very good. Exactly. But how did you, for example, teach? This is teaching, right? This is teaching English as a second language. But you're a student, okay? You never had teaching experience before, right? So how did you go about doing that?
Well, it's you can consider it. I never had formal experience, but I grew up in a bilingual community, so I did have experience on a personal level, right? So I kind of framed it that way when applying to the company. I kind of explained that most of my experience comes from helping peers, helping high school peers, and they accepted that. This company is very lenient when it comes to like background teaching. Like they take inexperienced people, but I do have like experience helping people learn English. So for me, it wasn't too difficult to make myself sound impressive.
Very good, very
Yeah.
good. But see, how old are you, Casey, by the way?
22.
22. So she's 22 because we have a question here saying, do you have to have a college degree to be teaching online, right? Oh, excuse me first. Oh, I'd like to welcome Cynthia Busta to the show. Angelica Paz, thank you very much. Now I see your names coming up because I always see them later when the show is done. But thank you, thank you. These are our regular people that watch us all the time. But anyway, we're discussing online education here and jobs that because of the job situation that people were asking about last week and last month. But anyway, I was just asking Casey. Okay, Casey is broadcasting from us all the way from Mexico, and Sugar is from the Philippines, right? And of course, uh, from time to time, I have to speak in the vernacular. Oh, so maraming salamat sa mga nagpunta na yon. Welcome, welcome to the show ulit, Cynthia and Angelica. Anyway, I was just saying that uh, they were asking, do you have to have a degree to be able to teach online? Casey.
No, no, you don't. Oh my God, I am so unqualified. At least I feel that way. You know, every time I see my colleagues like, oh yeah, I have a TOEFL, TERFL, all those things. Oh yeah, you know, I have a 10-year degree. I'm like, whoa. You know, I really felt intimidated, like, oh, I can't do this. But, you know, as long as you have a natural kind of, you know, thing for helping people and, as long as you have personal experience, like, think really deeply. Like, how many people have you in your daily life helped learn English or even a language other than English? Or how many people have you tutored? You know, that can be experience and that can be enough as long as you're and at the same time, you know, there's no from colleague, you know, as long as you have that attitude, you can totally apply without a degree. Yes.
Exactly. But of course, it's a plus that you are a native. In the ESL world, there's this thing called native speaker, right? Okay, native speaker
Absolutely.
meaning, explain it, Casey. What is a native speaker in the online learning?
I had a student ask me that question. Actually, asked me what qualifies as a native speaker. A native speaker would be somebody with a nationality from an English-speaking country, where the country is primarily English. That would be United States, UK, Australia, New Zealand. In my opinion, a native speaker is somebody who spoke the language from like day zero. You know, exposed to the language from day zero. But for most companies, you have to have that support, you know, from America or something like that. Yeah.
That's right. So that's the native.
But you can be residing in a foreign country.
Exactly, such as
Sorry.
your case, right? Exactly.
Yeah. I'm residing in Mexico. At first, I did not reveal that to them because I was a little bit afraid that they would count me as not a native speaker, even though I grew up in America. But as long as you have the passport, you're good.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm American. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Another question. So do you have to be a native speaker to teach English online? Of course not, right? Of course, we're talking about exactly, and we're in the Philippines. Our market's the Philippines. Like I said before in my previous lessons, my lessons lessons in my previous episodes. Oh my God, my teaching thing is coming out. Anyway, ESL teaching, of course, there's a lot of schools online that hire people from the Philippines, from Serbia, from South Africa, anybody, of course, an English speaking country. A lot of the teachers are from the Philippines. and they don't have to be native speakers. And then this connection, I would like to welcome Sugar. All right, Sugar. All right,
Sugar!
is exactly okay. She's a perfect example of somebody. Of course, she was in a different field of expertise. And can you please let the audience know? You can speak in the Filipino vernacular, please, if you can. If it's okay, and of course English.
Okay.
Please tell them how you ended up being an online English teacher as well.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to greet all of the viewers of Mama Jay's. We call her Mama Jay, by the way. She's the mother of all teachers here. No, I'm just joking. But as she, I am a professional makeup artist, a freelancer here in the Philippines. So since the start of the pandemic, I wasn't able to have a gig because we are rendering close contact. We have to touch the client's face. We have to touch the hair. Of course, we are forbidden to do that. So, sorry. Okay, I'm going to talk in Tagalog. Is it okay if I'm going to talk in Tagalog English?
Yes.
Because this is what do you call this broadcast?
It's an international.
It's good. It's good. I'm cool.
Okay, you're cool. You're cool.
I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was just so curious because one of my friend Ria, she's been working for this platform for how many years? 4 years, I think. And then she posted something on Facebook that got me so interested. What are you doing? Why are you wearing those headsets? And what are you doing exactly? I am teaching English. So I didn't know that I have this skills. I don't have the confidence to teach and speak in English continuously because I don't have the opportunity to talk in English because I'm not using it because that is just my secondary language. Our primary language here in the Philippines is Tagalog. So I can't believe myself that I can teach Japanese, Korean, Taiwanese students with this continuous English. I am shaking. Sorry. This is
No, relax. Just think
You're
of
doing
it,
great.
exactly. Just think of it like you're teaching, all right? Like you're speaking.
Yes, but looking at Casey, this is what I'm telling other teachers that I'm not that confident, and I don't want to be judged because this Filipino culture we have. For example, you mispronounced an English word, or let's say we have a what do you call this? F syndrome. The P becomes an F sound. For example,
But it's Philippines.
yes, that's they make something funny about that because you mispronounce that word. That is what I'm avoiding. Because Filipinos have that kind of judgment, very judgmental. She's not
Hey,
here.
if it makes you feel any better, local native speakers, we make a lot of our own little quirks too.
Exactly.
Like
But you
depending
are
on the region
breathing.
you're from.
You are breathing English, right, Mama
Yeah,
Jay?
not the
That's
best English all the time.
Exactly.
I was born in Alabama.
Exactly. And Sugar, I'm sorry, but you see, it also has a lot to do with education too, right, Casey? For them to know, not all Americans have good grammar and spelling, for that matter. Of course, they speak English because it's their language.
Oh yeah.
But teaching is another story, right, Casey?
Yeah.
What
Oh, yeah,
happened?
definitely. It's happened many times that a student asked me a question like, why do you say it this way? Or why is a grammar that way? And I don't always know how to answer because I never think about it, So I've really had to grow as a teacher, that kind of skill of being able to explain something that I never really had to think about.
Exactly.
That's
the
why
technical things, the
always
academic
say,
things. Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's always an advantage to learning from non-native speakers because you did have to go on that journey that I didn't have to, Me right now learning Spanish, I can understand like to a certain level the struggles that you all had to go through to pick up the second language. And you know, you can explain how to do that in a way that I can't, because
Exactly.
all I know is, oh, I go because I heard my mom do it when I was 3 years old. You know, I can't explain, or I couldn't explain, but I had to learn. You know, you go because your tongue is between your teeth, right?
Very good, very good. That's what I mean. Like sugar, you said, like you never knew that you could teach, right? But you're doing it now. And in fact, like now she's favorite teacher. She's favorite teacher now in our platform, right? She's a popular, getting to be a popular teacher, and you never realized this till now that you're capable of doing this, right? Actually, and of course, in this pandemic, a lot of people have realized that they could do other things, right, and yeah, and so for those people who want to embark on the ESL online teaching, of course, somebody asked to say what is the criteria? What does it take to be an online English teacher? Okay, we're focusing today on ESL, okay, but of course there's a lot of online jobs that people can do, right? Like I said before in my past shows, nowadays an expertise on anything can train or teach anything online. Okay, but anyway, so we're focusing on ESL. So what does it take to be an online English teacher? Of course, um, uh, Casey mentioned the platform that we belong to, but I don't really mention them. But anyway, because I don't want them to be whatever, but it's okay. But so what does it take to be an online English teacher? Okay, so let's have it. Sugar, what did you go through? What did you have to go through before you got to be a teacher online? What was the process?
I was just so surprised to know that, because I never had this demo lesson. They just hired
Well,
me.
wait first. Start from the
Okay.
beginning because you're saying demo
Okay.
lesson.
Sorry,
I said the
sorry.
procedure, right?
Of
You're,
course, you have to have
first, what did you do? What did you do?
yeah. I applied for what do you call this, an application. I just filled
Where,
up
but
an
but where
application.
where did you file the application? How did you see? What did you see? Because we're going to do a step by step thing here for the viewers.
Uh, the teacher who referred this platform to me, she sent me a link. If I'm not mistaken,
Is
that
that a
was
site? Is that a website?
that is a website of a particular our company right now we are working for. And then I just signed something, information and important details there. And then after that, they scheduled me for what do you call this, system check. So you have to have the
Okay.
best connection, of
This is
course.
what you call the technical requirements, right?
Okay,
Right, Kiki?
technical requirements.
Yes.
So you have to have what do you call this, computer, PC, or a
Of
laptop
course,
that has.
the very obvious thing they have to
You
have.
are not allowed to conduct a lesson using your mobile phone or your tablet. It has to be on a PC
either
or
either a
laptop.
PC or a laptop,
A
right?
laptop that will do. And of course, the specs should be the better version. i3 for what do you call this? That is the minimum. i3. I'm not techie, but I just bought I just bought higher specs for this. And camera. What do you call that camera? Uh, you have to have a H, not really H, but a clear camera, so that, because you're going to speak with different kind of students. You have to have a clear white background. Not This is not a white
And of
background.
course,
Sorry.
the connectivity is important. You have to have
Yes, the
internet that's
connectivity.
pretty
You have to
that's
have a
pretty stable, right?
stable connection. I mean, fiber is
And we have a little bit of a problem from the Philippines, right? Because the internet is not so good as, of course, compared to America or other countries. But as we know, the government has already mandated better connectivity since 2 years ago. They were even given an ultimatum to make the interconnectivity in the Philippines better. So yeah, so But in the Philippines, you have to, in order for you to have faster internet, you have to pay more, right, Sugar? It's expensive to have fast internet in the Philippines. So this is something that the online teacher has to invest in, right? Fast, a stable connectivity, because the schools require certain, you know, speed, right? Very good. So yeah, so there you go. So you pass the specs, whatever, and then what's next?
Um,
Sugar.
that was last year. I have a mild dementia. I
I
don't. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But I can't remember what's next. What
The
was
next
the next
step
one?
is the
The next,
interview.
the interview.
You
They
pass a
tried
writ
to.
you pass a written test first. You
Okay, I
apply,
passed.
and then
I
there's
applied. I the third was the interview, the formal
okay,
interview.
and the
So
written test is a proficiency test. It's like a grammar
yes,
test, a simple one, right?
yes, it's a simple one, but you have to pass that before you able to do the next one, which
So
is the formal interview.
bago ka maging teacher, ito ang mga steps na kailangan gawin. Of course, you apply, you have to just Google whatever company that is. Meron silang website na doon kayo mag-apply, right? Tapos, after that, of course, merong physical interview, right? So Sugar, nakikita mo ba yung nag-interview sa'yo? Do you see the person
No,
interviewing you?
no, no, no. They're talking to me off cam,
Is
but
that,
I can see
are you
myself.
sure it's not a robot? It's not AI? Was it a real person?
No, no, because I can hear the rooster.
You can hear the rooster. Oh my God. Only in the Philippines. Okay.
she
There's
was
like a
she was
rooster.
asking. I am sure she's a Filipina because the background and her accent is a Filipino. She's a Filipino, obviously. So it doesn't. You don't have
The
to
one I
have this.
spoke to is Japanese.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I know it's a real person because he
Yes.
asked me to sing him a song.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. See that? Look at Casey's experience. Your interview, they asked you to sing a song?
Yeah. He was doing like a check. He asked me to give him my resume, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's very impressive. Now sing me a song." I'm like, "No."
Really? Oh my gosh. See?
Yeah,
You
I think
meet
it was a
all
joke, but
sorts of people. Yeah, my goodness.
yeah, he
Really.
was clearly a Japanese because he had like that dry sense of humor. Like, oh, now sing me a song. Like he was clearly kidding, but I was like, what? Is this what I need to do?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I know. But yeah,
They're really humans.
exactly. And because a lot of the online, the ESL learning schools, most of them are owned by Chinese, or of course there's like Japanese. The Koreans were there first. Like I said, I was one of the first online English teachers that helped establish a Korean ESL school in 2008 in the Philippines, right? So this online education, ESL learning, has been there for more than 10 years. But different platforms, they have different ways of hiring people, and but this particular platform that we belong, it's a 1 day process, right? It's a 1 day process. You apply, you pass the written test, they interview you, and next to that is the demo class that the Sugar mentioned. A demo class means the demonstration class, right? It's like a simulated teaching thing, right, Casey? Right? So they let you
I
teach.
did not have to take it.
See, they didn't have to take it. Well, I took it.
They were doing a promotion like for a month, and I guess I got lucky because everybody who was applying in like June of 2020, like they said, oh, you don't have to do a demo. I guess they like wanted people to come in really quickly, and I was like, oh, because I was preparing for this demo. I like trained. I practiced with my husband reading the script. I'm so nervous. Oh, and then they're like, oh, you don't have to do it. I'm like, what? Are you kidding?
And Sugar didn't do it either, right?
Yeah, I didn't.
Exactly. You guys were part of the problem because you guys are the latter one. So I mean the like 2020. I mean I joined that
Yeah, we
platform in
got in.
2018. Right? You know.
Ah, yeah.
And that was the time, they
Yeah.
had real demo classes, and you didn't have to wait to have the demo class, because right now I heard that people have to wait for a long time to get the demo class done, or even the interview, right? Because there's just too many. But anyway, so yeah, so there you go. So yeah, and another one, of course, you don't need. Again, I say that you don't need a degree to be an online ESL teacher, especially if you're a native speaker. But that's the thing. So sorry, but there's like a colonial mentality in a lot of those ESL schools, right?
Absolutely. They assume that I'm competent just because I'm a native speaker. I think I didn't have to do as much to convince them, but being aware of that, I always try to give my best, because I know that people are going to assume that I'm competent just because I'm a native speaker. And, obviously that's a huge privilege, but at the same time, it's really, really nerve wracking when a student says, "Oh, this is my first time with a native." Oh my
Exactly.
God.
I know
And I'm like, "Oh,
they get
please."
nervous. They get nervous, right? Around native
Yeah,
speakers.
Especially with your hair. Wait.
But that's what
Yeah,
I mean. But
I'm
yeah,
a
exactly. But there's so many non-native speaker ESL online teachers all over the world. I know, and a lot of them are being they acquire them from the Philippines, because just like the call center era, right? That's why a lot of the whole world. Uh, that's why the call center business flew in the Philippines, is because it's an English speaking country, and the medium of education is English. People learn and in English, and 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 so with the online the ESL online industry, you don't need a degree, because actually they're hiring, just like in the call centers. Undergraduates
yeah.
are welcome. Yeah, as long as you can go through the lesson materials, which are actually given to you. They're templated ones that in the platform where we belong. They actually even have scripts there for you to look at and follow, right? But of course, as a
So easy.
exactly, it's like spoon feeding, right? The teachers as well. But of course, you have to put your own style and flavor into your teaching, and that sets you apart from the rest, and that's how it is. And so all those people are the ones who emailed and text and ask how to how to be able to do that. Okay, of course, uh, if you're teaching English, of course, and it's like if it's like in a real school, people expect you to be able to correct them, right? Correct their grammar, their pronunciation, of course, most of all. But uh, and what else? Of course, in these kinds of schools, not everyone is a student there to learn, right, Casey? Right, Sugar? Uh, we also,
um,
yes, we also have to warn them about the potential students that they're gonna get, right? Okay.
Yeah, because my wage is a little bit higher, thus my price is a little bit higher. I don't encounter as many creeps as my colleagues, unfortunately, for them. I think that coming from a non-native speaking background, because the wage is like a little less, people will be more willing to pay to creep you out. But even from my end, you occasionally get, for example, a teenager who doesn't want to be there, but their parent is forcing them to be there,
Exactly.
and
Or a child for that
they get an
matter. Oh my
attitude.
gosh.
Yeah, child. My only like 1-star rating in my entire like history was from a bratty like 15-year-old who clearly didn't want to be there. He was audibly yawning.
I
And
know.
it's
And in some countries where education is like very, very rigid, like Korea or China or even Japan, sometimes you have students who are really, really being forced, to take the lesson, and if they're children, most of the time their parents are right beside them, right? I've had students being swat by their parents, for not paying attention, and it bothers me. Sometimes I just say, "Oh, mommy, no, 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 it's okay, it's okay." I've had students going through the lessons with tears in their eyes because their mother just scolded them or spanked them, whatever. But see, those are the,
Aw,
yes, those things happen in online teaching.
yeah.
Hmm.
Having the parent there, especially for quite a young student, I have found that it can be like either the worst thing ever if it's that kind of parent, or the best thing ever when you have like loving mom who's sitting right there. Especially with I've gotten 2-year-olds before, and the 2-year-old will be sitting in mommy's lap, and I will be saying, "A, B, C," and the little kid will, "Hey," and then
Yeah,
mommy's like, "Yay!" Those are the
exactly.
best.
I know. Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's true. It works both ways. Sometimes, the child is intimidated and afraid because the mom's right there. And then you have students all the time looking at their parents if they're not on the screen with you. But yeah, it's true. And I have mommies, and there are some parents who are also mimicking you to their child, right? Sometimes
Yes.
that's annoying sometimes, or answering for their children.
Oh, that's the worst, especially when you're giving a test. There's a placement test on our platform for kids, like to choose which textbook they will get.
Yes,
And occasionally I will hear the mom like reading the kid answers in the background. So I try to make it very clear, like, this is not a real test. It's just like kind of to see what your English is. So if you
the
don't
level.
know,
Yeah,
please tell me I don't know, right? Like please say if you don't know, don't look at mom or anything. Just say I don't know. That's okay. you know.
exactly. Because
Um
I do the same thing. I say,
mm,
excuse, look at teacher, look at teacher. Don't look at mommy. Okay, don't look at mommy. It's okay. It's okay. One time I couldn't stand it. I couldn't help it. I just said, mommy, please don't answer. Please don't answer. Let her. Let
yeah, like a kind of passive aggressive, but you're still smiling, like
exactly, mom.
no,
Please.
from kiddo. What does kiddo have to say? Yeah, so it can be a little challenging, but you kind of have to have like a wits about you, like when you're grading them at the end, like how many answers could they say on their own, and how many answers was mom whispering in the background? Okay,
Exactly,
that's their
exactly,
level, right?
exactly. Because yeah, because that's it's hard to gauge if the kid is learning something from you because the mom's the one answering. So Sugar, what about you? How did you go about your first teaching experience? Okay, coming from a non-teaching world. Okay, how did you develop your own style? What did you do?
I just I just be myself. I just told myself, you have to be yourself so that
Yeah,
you will
and yet
be.
you have children, right? You have children.
I have children. Maybe that is one reason why I'm compatible with kids in the platform. So I know how to handle. I know how to make them laugh, or I know how to make them focus on me, focus on the what you know. That is just a easy peasy for me. But if I'm going to have, because we're having, by the way, we're having not only textbooks here, we're also having a free conversation. That is, I find that a very difficult one because you have to make your student converse with you.
Exactly.
So
So
you have to
yeah,
make your own topic.
as a teacher, you have to be creative,
You
right?
have to be
So,
creative. You have and
it helps.
put a smile, because the impression for me. Look at my face. I don't look like an accommodating teacher, so I have to smile all the time.
That's what you say, okay? You don't make favorite teacher if you don't have a pleasant face. This Sugar. But anyway, so hindi
No, I
ito
used to, in
yeah.
the early days, I used to like smile. Like I used to, hi, welcome to the company, right?
Yes.
And I would end my shift with my cheeks hurting. Like, so now I just kind of like have I don't know, like a positive, but like a normal demeanor. And my students have actually told me, like, actually, that's more comforting for us. Sometimes we get teachers like, hi, hello.
That's right.
Oh,
Okay.
hi.
Okay, we'd like to welcome
Ah.
another colleague of ours, all the way from South Africa. Let's say hello to Mala. Mala, please say hello to everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. And what? Say something.
And I'm very sleepy.
Oh, she's very sleepy. Because what time is it in
It's
South
obvious.
Africa? What time is it?
It's 5:38 a.m.
5:38 a.m. So see, this is the
Mhm.
wonder and beauty of technology, guys. We are now speaking to all my colleagues from different parts of the world, sa mga iba-ibang taong nanggagaling sa iba-ibang lugar. Ang aking pong mga guest ngayong umaga ay si Casey from Mexico, si Sugar from the Philippines, si Marla from South Africa. Lahat po sila, they're all online ESL teachers like myself. At yan po yung pinapag-usapan ko palagi na isa kong part ng aking trabaho is to teach online. Okay, look at her. See, we were just talking about the styles of teaching online. See, and okay, so Marla, can you tell us, is this one way? Do you teach like this?
For all my regulars, yes. For the newcomers, no.
For your regulars, you have to wear this thing. Okay, so how important is it to use props and whatever in teaching English?
Teaching English, well, for kids, I rarely use props because I feel they'll concentrate more on the props than the lesson itself.
Exactly. So when do you put these things on?
This is only because it's the festive period and just to make my regulars laugh.
Exactly. So we were just saying that, because online English teachers have different profiles, have different personalities, right? Right.
So yeah, like I said, wish them, hey guys, Merry Christmas, Oh, teacher, your background is so nice. You look so cool. What do you call this? And what do you call this, So you'll have to explain to them.
Exactly. So we're okay. Thank you so much for all those people sending us hearts. Hello, Cynthia Busta. Hello, Angelica Paz. Hello to the Lacap family watching, Tita Agnes. And I don't see the other names. I'm so sorry. But yes, we are today. I have some special guests today from the ESL or English as a Second Language community. They're my colleagues. And because we're answering all those questions and emails that I've been getting to talk about jobs online that we can have, and we're focusing today on the ESL industry. Okay, these are my co-teachers there, and thank you so much. We're privileged to have them as our guests. So you can ask your questions, please. Feel free to field your questions here at Broad Stream Cast Communicators or through my messenger, or just text me, okay, and we will answer, or go online with us so we can answer you. So yeah. So oops, wait. I have to get somebody on board. Hold on.
Can they see us?
Yes, they can see you. There you go. There's another one. There's Shrey, the late Shrey. The late Shrey. He's alive. The late Shrey.
He must be
Good
so
morning.
sleepy.
Good
Yep,
morning.
I was actually, I woke up late.
I know. So can you say hello to everyone, Shrey? We've been discussing.
Hello to the viewers of Jay Bautista
Thank you.
and to all our ESL colleagues here, to all
Exactly.
our sisters and mamas, and absolutely Mama Jay as well. Thank you so much for inviting us here today on your
Yes,
show.
and he is broadcasting from India. See, so you have
Yes.
people from different parts of the world, and this is the wonder of technology, how beautiful technology is, because we're able to do this today. But we were just talking about the styles of teaching and how we explained earlier that online teaching of any kind, not just English, is one of the jobs that people were able to get and acquire this pandemic, right? And we were saying that all of us came from different walks of life and at the same time different jobs, right? But now we are online English teachers, and people are asking, how can you be an online English teacher if you're not a teacher academically? And we just try to do that. So Shrey, can you tell them, because Shrey is 19, okay? Look at that. So undergraduates can do that. So please, Shrey, explain how you got to go and join this bandwagon.
See, the thing is that, just getting those degrees and then teaching doesn't mean that you have, all the things in you to teach. Teaching takes, first of all, a passion that you have inside yourself. Like if you can teach, if you want to teach really, then you can teach no matter what, whether you have TEFL, TESOL, that doesn't matter. So, for me, I don't have, those bachelor degrees and all, but
those are certificates, by the way.
That's and the degree that we get, after getting graduation and all. I don't have that yet, but I'm still teaching. I have certificate, but you need like TEFL, ESL, something like that. So the thing is that from my point of view, teaching takes passion.
Exactly.
Your will to teach.
Exactly. And like him, like Sugar, Shrey here has become a favorite teacher. And, they explain to them, like, these platforms they have, because the students, we have like a roster, and they choose the teacher that they want, and you're tagged as a favorite teacher. And what are those things when you are a popular teacher, right? Shrey is one of them. See, so it doesn't matter if you have a degree or you have a PhD, you can actually teach online English, because as long as you have that passion to teach, and of course you pass those preliminary things that we talked about. So Marla went offline.
No, I'm here. I just put my video off for a while because I was just tending to a message. But in order to teach, guys, you guys actually need to have a passion, as Shrey says. Be passionate about what you are doing. And, we all, as Jay said, we all come from different walks of life. We have walked different paths. And
exactly.
during this
and tell
pandemic,
tell them where you came from. What
I
kind
am
of
from the
industry
travel
were you?
and tourism industry. So I've been in this industry for the past 20 years. And being in this industry, as I actually met a whole different culture, all diverse people, which are so unique. And it gave me an insight to actually make an impact on someone else's life when I speak to them about South Africa, for instance, or if I go to a country and speak to another person about another country. So this has actually drawn me closer globally. And coming from a travel background into this ESL teaching platform has made me realize that I can do anything if I put my mind to it.
Exactly.
It's your passion and your drive to do it. As Jay and Shrey said as well, ESL training is important. And should you guys require TEFL certifications, you need to ask Jay. Private message her, and she has this discounted rate for TEFL certifications. I think it's highly necessary that you guys do it, because going forward, this is the way I think teaching is going to be done in the near future, or for the next few years at that, due to the pandemic. And because children are now so accustomed to learning online, it's like, it's going to be a normal way of life. So I suggest, this is just a suggestion, guys, get onto Jay's a private messenger, ask her, because she has a huge discount. And you know what? It's going to benefit you all. And I think each and every one of you, please do not undermine yourself. You guys have the passion, you have the drive, you have what it takes to become teachers like us. We are all popular teachers. You will be there pretty soon. In 2 months' time, you'll be known as, hey, this is my favorite teacher. Wow, this is my favorite teacher. I like the way that teacher teach. And it's ultra cool because you meet different people. You get to know what they like. You get to know their feelings. You get to know emotions from them. They share their stories. You share your stories with them. This is what makes you who you are. So guys, take advantage.
Very good. Thank you, Marla. And just like earlier, we were saying that us having come from different backgrounds of work, like Sugar is a makeup artist, and she never realized that she could teach. And then, like I said, but now she's a popular teacher, and because she's capable of doing that, and of course, it also helps. We the students are different ages. Like I teach from 3 years old to 70-year-old people, right? But of course, different teachers have different, let's see, like specialization, right, Casey, right? Some teachers are good. Yeah, right.
For me, I think I really shine in pronunciation, because I've thought a lot about in this last couple years how I pronounce things, and what my mouth is doing when I make these sounds, so that I can then instruct my students that way. Like, okay, when you make TH, as I said earlier, tongue between the teeth, da, 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 da. I can explain it in terms of that so that they can grade themselves later. And also, I've kind of learned like the difference between an accent mistake and a pronunciation mistake.
Yes.
I had to learn what linking sounds are. I didn't know what that was before I started. And I think I also shine in like correcting essays. I did that like when I was a minor.
Sometimes you get
I would correct
students who want
essays.
you to edit their school paper or edit their speeches, whatever. And
Or their lesson material. I've gotten a
Their
student
homework,
who was
homework.
opening his own school, and he would have me edit his curriculum, right? And I
my
felt really
gosh.
intense. Like,
You should have charged him. He's letting you fix his curriculum, whatever. It's
yeah,
just like-
yeah. I asked him if he'd put my name on it, but he's like, "Nah, I know what you're trying to do."
I know, but the thing is, like, I tell my students that sometimes because I said, I'm a copywriter and a journalist by profession. So you're trying to let me rewrite your stuff. And I'm not going to charge you this time. But then if I see that published, whatever, you're going to have to be liable for that, right?
I'm a student doctor. I'm learning to become a doctor,
Yes,
so
I see.
I want
She's
to
so
help
funny.
people. I want to help
Very-
people.
I know, but see, of course, in the practical world, of course, right? We
Yes.
we will not work for free, right? Thank you so much. But
I need a lawyer.
but remember, like I told you about using your,
Mm,
your
yeah.
exactly, right? So thank you for coming back to Marla. Anyway, so so Shrey, as we were telling them, so what are the pitfalls, or what can I say? Of course, we're trying to encourage people to go and embark on an ESL teaching journey. But what are the hardships that you've gone through, or all of you? Let's ask each other. What are the things that you have to watch out for in this field of work?
In online ESL teaching, I think so there are many, but the very first thing comes, that's your internet, then your backup,
Exactly.
your electricity. So you have to be very sure, when you are teaching actually. Like anytime the electricity can go off. So you have to keep like your phone and your UPS and whatever, because stopping in between means losing a student if it's a new student.
Exactly.
It's
That
like
is
the
why
teacher is not good.
there's system checks, right? Before they hire you,
Absolutely.
they have to check the specs of your computer.
Absolutely.
And of
And
course,
the next thing that, go on.
go ahead.
Actually,
And then-
I was wondering if I could. Sorry. I know I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
mean to interrupt.
sure.
It's just that I have to leave in 5 minutes, so I was wondering if I could give my answer very quickly.
Yes, go ahead, please.
I would say that the most challenging thing, at least for me, as kind of a sensitive person, was receiving bad reviews. And at first, I would kind of take it to heart and get very, very demotivated. Especially that 1-star review, I actually cried.
Aw.
So if you're kind of like an emotionally affected person, the number one advice I would give you is just to remember that you're going to be seeing thousands of faces, and you're not going to
Exactly.
click with everyone. And just because somebody's having a bad day, they might take it out on you, or they might misunderstand the system and rate you low just because the system acted up. So just don't take it to heart too much when a student gives a bad feedback, because I promise for every like negative feedback, there's going to be hundreds of positive. They're going to say things about you that you never even thought, like, oh, she's fantastic. She did this. She helped me in this way. She really in it. That's going to add up for you.
Exactly. And we all know it's not a perfect world, and nobody's, somebody's going to say something,
With that said, I do have to go. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so
I
much,
hope
Casey.
I
Thank
was
you so
able to help. Have a nice day. Sorry for interrupting you, Shrey. See ya.
It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Casey, for joining us today. So yes. So what about you, Sugar? What are the pitfalls of this
Yes.
trade?
Casey just said what I want to say, but I'm going to say this in Tagalog.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Para sa lahat ng mga nanonood or manonood pa, kailangan ng tatag ng yung tibay ng damdamin yun. Kasi lahat ng makakausap nyo dito, hindi pare-pareho. Iba't ibang personality. Meron kayong makakasalamuha. Sorry for the very Tagalog word.
It's okay.
Very,
Please, go
there's a
ahead.
very deep word. Different personalities, prepare yourself because there are some students who are really rude. And as Casey said, kailangan hindi ka sensitive. Kundi, babagsak ka talaga. Babagsak yung emotion mo, hindi ka makakapagtrabaho, iiyak ka kung masyado kang sensitive. Baka yung iba hindi kayang i-handle yung emotion nila, baka hindi na bumalik sa pagtatrabaho. Sinong kawawa? Ikaw din. Kasi mawawala ka ng trabaho. This is,
Exactly,
mahirap makapasok sa ganitong ESL platform. Mahirap magkumuha ng test, ng demo class. Kasi maraming tao ngayon na nakafocus na makapagtrabaho online because this is convenient.
Exactly.
All you have to do.
Especially in the pandemic, especially.
Yeah, and ayun lang, ang sinasabi ko, tatag lang ng loob, huwag kang iiyak. Kasi naranasan ko yun, na meron akong student na napaiyak niya ako in front of the camera, doing this gesture, I'm gonna report you, something like that. You will never know.
Exactly.
Sudden classes, we have two different kinds of classes. We have
to
sudden and
we have to
booked.
be tough. We have to be tough
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, so we have to be tough, especially if that is a first-timer student.
Thank you.
Yun lang.
Thank
So
you,
yun
Sugar.
lang, kung gusto nyong pumasok sa ESL company, isang advice ko lang, maging matatag kayo.
Very good. Thank you so much. And what about you, Marla?
Well, they pretty much covered everything. That's what we all face. So yeah.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, you know what? You just take it with a pinch of salt and you carry on. And then they become your friends after that.
Exactly. See, this is what we're giving you a glimpse at the life of an online ESL teacher, and this is what's the reality there. You have to be creative. You have to. It is not for the faint of heart because really emotions run. Also in this kind of a field. Yeah, but you can't be emotional. You can't be there. At some point, you even get attached to your students, especially regular ones. But you have to know how to separate, right, work
True.
from personal things, right? Because of course, there are students that you love, there's students that you'll hate. But at the end of the day, what's important is that you achieve what you're there for, which is to teach
True.
and share what you know and the knowledge that you impart. But of course, it's almost we're almost at the end of our rope in the show.
All right.
And of course, our
1 minute, Jay.
Yes.
I just want to show them like what I do for kids when they enter my class, so I know if it's a kid, right?
Yes.
This is what I do. Hello to you. Do you want to have fun and play today and learn together? Let's do it. What do you say? This is how I start the class, and they get excited to learn and play at the same time.
That's right. So different strokes for different folks. Whatever. Okay. There's so many other things, but we'll continue this tomorrow because a lot of people have emailed me and texted me regarding online teaching. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
perhaps we can tackle the styles, how the different styles of how people teach. Okay, we will continue that tomorrow because now we're almost at the end of the show. But thank you so much for the people who have joined us today. Maraming salamat sa mga nanood at ang mga regulars na tagapakinig at tagapanood. And of course, thank you to Sugar, thank you to Casey, thank you to Mala and Shrey. Diba? It's better late than never, Shrey, but of course, you will see him
Tomorrow I'll be early.
Yes, very good. At maraming salamat. Patuloy pa rin natin pong papag-usapan ng tungkol sa mga trabaho online at kung paano, how to go about it. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'd like to...
Maraming salamat, Mama Jaye, for inviting us today.
Exactly.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Jay, for having us over.
You're welcome. You're my special guest for today. Kasi, this topic has been requested of me for the longest time because I talked about this like last year, but now of course we keep we welcome your comments, we welcome your suggestions for topics to talk about. So please feel free to send it to Broad Stream Cast Communicators. And of course, as I always say, at the end of the day, 3 things should remain in our lives. That's faith, hope, and love. Okay, so please, everything is always going to be a brighter tomorrow for everyone. Maraming salamat sa ating mga tagapanood, and thank you ulit sa aking mga colleagues sa ESL industry. Tomorrow po, magkikita-kita tayo ulit at the same time, right? Very good. And we will still talk about online jobs and of course featuring the ESL community because there are so many questions about it. A lot of people, you don't need, unang-una na to recap, you don't need a degree to teach online English, okay? You just have to have the passion and the willingness to teach and share and learn, okay? Very good. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Maraming salamat. Thank you to our guests very much. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Stream Cast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.